o'clock, and then we will finish things up with a full game at 7 o'clock tonight, and we will actually be on our sister station, 680 KFEQ, for the second game. But it's Sedalia and the St. Joe Mustangs doing battle here in Sedalia at Liberty Park Field as the Mustangs come into this game 15-6, 11-6 in league play, and they are tied in that North Division with the Sedalia Bombers also at 11-6. They both come in a little bit hot. Sedalia maybe the best team in the league right now in their last 10 games. They're 9-1 in their last 10. St. Joe is 7-3 in their last 10, 6-4 in their last 10 league games. Sedalia's won 4 straight. St. Joe has won 3 straight. But first, let's try and catch you up a little bit on what's going on in this game right now. So we will pick things up, I believe, in the top of the third. That's what I've seen so far, is the top of the third is where we're going to pick things up, and that will be the Mustangs at the plate. Looking at the lineups, I guess starting lineups, so to speak, I would guess these are going to be similar, but you never know with summer teams. Maybe somebody's gone a week, maybe somebody's gone for a day, so we'll see. But the lineup that was playing in this game, it was Orencio Fisher, Alou, Cassiola, Mealy, Bacon, McDonald, Hurst, Brandecker, and Risch. So we'll see if the Mustangs stick with that same lineup. It was Jeremiah Figueroa on the mound. I'm not sure if he'll be the starter, if he'll pick things up in this game, or if he will start game 2. I believe he will throw at some point today, but I'm just not sure which game. It does look like he's warming up right now, so we'll see as Evan McDonald comes out to the on-deck circle, as well as Connor Bacon. So it looks like it'll be Bacon, then McDonald to lead things off here for the Mustangs as Sedalia gets set to take the field. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and have Mustangs baseball here on ESPN 1550.
And if your business ain't at the top of the list, you're going to have to get with this. We talking SEO. Eagle Web Services. That's right, SEO. All you businesses out there, gotta listen up right here. Allow me to introduce a man who speaks the truth when it comes to me and you and how we use the internet. His name's Jess, he's the best. He's on a quest to take your web presence to the top of the list. We talking Google in this, or how about Facebook in it? No, he's not gonna quit till you got all them clicks, till you roll it in hits. We talking J-E-S-S. Boom!
Jess, getting up in your business.
Eagle Web Services.
Jess, with Eagle Web Services. You know you want this.
SEO, Google Ads, Facebook, websites, whatever. Jess can do it all. Contact Jess at eaglewebservices.com.
You can have 8,000 off or 13. You can choose from maybe 10 trucks or over 100. Hi, Trevin Reed from Reed Chevrolet in St. Joe. It's truck month at Chevrolet. That means every Chevy dealer around is talking trucks with factory discounts up to $8,000. Of course, being the largest Chevy dealer in Northwest Missouri means we do what they can't. So this week at Reed, take up to $13,000 off new Silverados, and we'll give you full Kelly Blue Book for your trade. We have more trucks to choose from than the other dealers combined, because you can't choose the right truck if you don't have a choice. Frankly, if we don't have it, you don't want it. We're also practically giving away new Chevy cars. Take up to 25% off MSRP this week at Reed Chevrolet. That's right, up to 25% off on cars, up to $13,000 off Silverado pickups. And as always, free lock-time oil changes and a non-commissioned staff. Reed Chevrolet in St. Joe. Details at reedauto.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball on ESPN 1550.
Back in Sedalia, it will not be the same pitcher for the Sedalia Bombers who was throwing in that first game when this one got suspended. It will be Brooks Luther on the hill to start things, I guess. We're going to the top of the third. 5-1 Mustangs lead. Brooks Luther is out there from Georgia College, from Dallas, Georgia, right-handed pitcher. And he will see the middle of this Mustangs order as he throws one past Connor Bacon there to start things off. Bacon walked his first at bat in this game. Evan McDonald on deck, followed by Hurst, Brandecker, and Risch. So it's an 0-1 count to start things off for Luther. Sidearm pitchers. Bacon skies one to left center field. This is deep. It's got a chance to leave the yard. Does not. What a catch in center. A great grab out there in center field by Holt to rob Connor Bacon of extra bases. So this game starts with a bang. Bacon put a charge into that one, hit it about 355, and fence out in left center's at 365. So this is a short yard. We could see a couple balls leave the park today. Evan McDonald steps in, righty-righty matchup here. McDonald is having a good season so far for the Mustangs. His first game started off in the 8-hole, and he's worked his way up into this lineup a little bit higher now as he chops this one up the middle. Good play at short by Morrill, and he throws him out. So just a few pitches and 2 outs here for Brooks Luther. Now for the Mustangs, we'll see Jacob Hurst. So originally in this game, it was Ty Schoaf doing the pitching for the Sedalia Bombers, and they've still got him in as the pitcher here today, but on the roster, 30 is Brooks Luther, and I believe that's who it is. That one misses inside for ball 1. Hurst on the season actually hitting just 167 here in the 8-hole today, and pops this one out of play. 1-1 count, and really this early game has kept the crowd away for the most part. 4 o'clock start. Second game planned to be started around 7 o'clock. I'm not sure if they'll move that up or not, depending on how this one goes, as there's strike 2, 1-2 count, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Hurst steps back in, 4 of 24 this season, 1 RBI. Delivery from Luther nearly catches the kneecaps of Hurst. Matt Johnson down the third baseline, Johnny Coy at first. Mustangs 15-6, 11-6, another great start for this club as Matt Johnson has been at the helm since the beginning. This one slowly chopped back to the pitcher, Luther. He tosses to first, and that's a clean 1-2-3 top of the 3rd. As we pick this suspended game up, we go to the bottom half. Mustangs lead it 5-1 here on ESPN 1550.
Jimmy John's America's #1 sandwich delivery, fast and speaking. I'm on my way.
Wow, you are fast.
Yes, sir. Freaky fast and freaky good. But I gotta say, I've never delivered to a dude in a doghouse.
Well, I'm definitely in the doghouse.
I thought in the doghouse was just an expression, a figure of speech.
Well, the doghouse is a very real place.
How long are you condemned to your canine quarters?
Too soon to tell, but on the bright
The
side.
doghouse has a bright side.
Yeah, the wife can't throw a laugh this far.
I guess she's been working out.
Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's. Freaky fresh, freaky fast.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store, including thousands of sale price items. You'll save 11% on everything you need, so you can finish your latest project and start planning the next big thing. Get building with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale prices, now at Menards. Good through June 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
When severe weather is in your area, make sure you're tuned into ESPN 1550 for up-to-the-minute coverage. Sponsored by Affordable Insurance Solutions. Call 676-2886. When others say no, AIS says yes.
Whenever and wherever you see news happen, email news@stjosephpost.com with your breaking news. Brought to you by Victory Chevrolet. Familiar faces in a new place.
This evening, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a low of 68. Tomorrow, we have a 50% chance of rain throughout the day. Partly sunny otherwise with a high of 88. Friday night, a 50% chance of rain. Mostly sunny on Saturday with a high of 92. Heat index as high as 98 on Saturday. Currently, it's 87 degrees.
When your home is for sale, it's important to keep medications out of the wrong hands during open houses or showings. While decluttering, remove medications from bathroom cabinets where they are open to misuse and abuse by visitors. The Aware Prescription Drug Safety Program suggests storing medications in a lockbox or hidden location instead. Learn more at awarerx.org, a public service from National Association of Boards of Pharmacy Foundation.
This is St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball on ESPN 1550.
And it is warm enough here in Sedalia. My phone has overheated. I've lost my internet connection momentarily, so Hopefully I can get that back up so we can take breaks throughout this contest. As Figueroa misses outside, he will get or pick up where he left off in this suspended game. Bottom of the third, he has allowed 1 run, no hits so far. Mustangs have committed 2 errors in this game, as it's a 1-1 count now as he hits the inside corner. Figueroa has Quade Smith, Nichols State University product, at the plate. That's where we begin things in the bottom of the third. This one's slapped to the left side and out at first base. A close play as the third baseman, Mealy, had a little bit of trouble with it. Got it on a short hop, but did make the play. And so 1 out in the inning. Now stepping in, it's Horstmeyer. Little righty-righty duel. I mean, the Mustangs already 6 hits in this game. This one is hitting to right field from Horstmeyer and a few steps away, and the catch is made for out number 2. So a quick 2 outs for Figueroa in this game so far. Quick start to this game in general is on the other side. Brooks Luther took care of things quickly in the top of the third. Figueroa delivers the first pitch here, and that goes to the backstop for ball 1. That's the 4-hole stepping in, and that's Jordan Day from William Woods University. Sedalia native. Ooh, and this one goes behind him. Figueroa knew that one slipped away. You could tell by his reaction, no intent there, but that was about chin high, 6 inches behind the head of Day there. Day walked his first appearance in this game, and Figueroa misses outside for ball 3. So rough start to this AB. Figueroa through the windup, 3-0 pitch is inside. So a 4-pitch walk there, and Sedalia has their first runner since we picked up. 2 outs, runner on first for Jeremiah Figueroa. And a guy the Mustangs have seen for a couple of years now, Jonathan Ramon, steps in. One of the biggest power bats in the entire Mink League. Ramon so far this season has not hit one out, and he gets hit up high near the chest. As one fan says to give Figueroa a warning, but I really don't think there's any intent there. First and second now with 2 outs. It is a scorcher, though. It really is. That's actually what I was doing when I realized no internet connection. Is trying to check an official temperature. I'm sitting about even with the third base line, just behind the backstop. Down the first base side a little bit, but Ramon misses outside ball 1. It is 94 degrees in Sedalia right now. About the hottest part of the day here, just after 4 o'clock. Figueroa sets in the stretch. Delivers the 1-0, and there's a strike. First one he's thrown in 7 pitches now. 1-1. Still no hits. Sedalia's had base runners, but still no hits through 3 innings. 2 2/3. This one is kind of fought off toward the third baseman, and the catch is made by Mealy in foul territory. So a fairly clean inning for Figueroa. Walks 1, hits 1, but no hits, no runs, and no errors for the Mustangs. They lead at 5-1 as we go to the 4th here on ESPN 1550.
Me for anything at any point, anytime.
The St. Joe Mustangs and
directly to the biggest events in sports.
From everybody, we believe things should just make sense. We need lumber and tools for
From opening day of baseball, with boats racing in the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball
on ESPN 1550.
Back here at Liberty Park Stadium, Chucky Kemp in for Dave Riggert this afternoon. 94 degrees in Sedalia as the Mustangs lead the Bombers 5-1. We go to the top of the 4th now. Mustangs coming to the plate. And for them, it will be Brandecker leading things off, followed by Risch and Fisher here in the top of the 4th. Kind of a half-hearted swing there from Brandecker, 0-1. And that one misses inside and low. Catcher tried to frame it, couldn't get the call. Jake Costadis behind the plate for Sedalia this afternoon. I would imagine he will not catch game 2 with the heat, but we'll see. That one misses outside to Brandecker, 2-1. Just talked to Matt Johnson between innings. He said we will start at 7 no matter what. He said even if this thing finishes up really early, we're waiting until 7s. There's a swing and a miss, 2-2. It was a little odd being as close to the field, especially with no crowd because it's so quiet. 2-2 now, and that one gets him right on the back of the ankle. So the 2-2 pitch puts Brandecker on first base. That actually looks like that was Ozzy Rodriguez on first now. Brandecker is not in the lineup. I thought that looked like Ozzy. So Ozzy Rodriguez is on first base. And now Risch steps in. Laurencio Fisher's on deck. Pickoff move. Ozzy's back safely. Mustangs got here not too far before 4 o'clock. So they had to warm up pretty quickly, which I'm sure they weren't too upset about, just to stay out of the heat a little bit longer. All turf infield here in Sedalia, and that'll certainly bring the field temperature up a little bit. As there's a swing and a miss. 1-1. Risch takes the signs from Matt Johnson at third, steps back in. 5-1 Mustangs here in the top of the 4th. No outs. Ozzy Rodriguez on first. Slow chopper here, and too soft for a double play, so that works like a sacrifice bunt. Rodriguez up to second. As Risch is out at first base, Laurencio Fisher steps in. Fisher and Jake Alou and Davey Cassiola due up for the Mustangs. It's kind of hard to tell what the lineup's going to look like until we see them come up, because point streak's been off a couple times now, so we're just kind of waiting, playing it by ear. That one misses inside to Laurencio Fisher, so he jumps ahead 1-0. Sedalia coaches standing in the shade. They've got a little bit of shade on their side. There is no shade on the Mustang side. Unfortunately, that's the side we're sitting on here on the radio side of things. This one's fouled down the left field line. Rencio had a good season for Missouri Western this year. The last time I saw him with the Griffins at the conference tournament in St. Charles, it was a rough weekend for him. Played really well, but just got beat up, hit by a couple pitches, injured his hand, and just fought through it, made some big plays for them as they took second in the conference tournament. Ozzy Rodriguez dancing around at second base draws Brooks Luther's attention. 1-1 count to Fisher, 1 out. Here's the 1-1, that's down low and gets away, so Ozzy Rodriguez scoots up to third base. And with 1 out, he's 90 feet from home. See if Rencio can get something in play here on the ground or deep enough in the outfield. Ozzy's not the fastest Mustang on the team. Eerily quiet here in Sedalia right now as Fisher takes a massive cut and misses over the top of it. Luther's pitches all have kind of a downward movement late due to his sidearm motion. But it is just real quiet here. You can count the number of people on your hands as Fisher gets plunked. Look like maybe on the elbow, on that little shield he's got on his elbow. So he takes first. The speedster on first now, first and third, 1 out. And it's Jake Alou. He's hitting .400 this season. So Rencio 1 for 1 in this game. He's hitting .240 so far this summer. Alou steps in, left side of the plate. Fisher doesn't go on the first pitch. It's in the dirt, and that'd have been a good one to go on, but he's still at first and third. Now 1-0 count. Rencio's speed, just he can run on any count. It doesn't matter. Lou back in, and they check Fisher at first base. He's back safely. .1-0. Fisher goes. Alou chops it up the middle and makes the play at first. He did not get him at second base. That was nearly a really athletic play from Morrill at short. Almost clipped the bag, but Rodriguez scores at 6-1 Mustangs. 3 in the first, 2 in the second. They went down 1-2-3 in the third, but back on the board here in the fourth with a run. Now 2 outs. It's Davey Cassiola stepping in. And that one misses down low. Cassiola hitting just 182 this last week, but a 379 on base percentage thanks to 7 walks. And there's strike 1 to Cassiola, 1-1. This game, both of these games today have big implications on the standings. If one team can pull out both of them, be a big 2-game swing as Cassiola might have broken his bat there. Grounds out to the second baseman, but a run is scored. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 6-1. Mustangs lead the Bombers here on ESPN 1550.
J&B Outdoors knows that you have many options when it comes to purchasing firearms, archery, hunting, fishing, and trapping gear. They also know that many of those options don't provide the local expertise, friendly customer service, and one-on-one hands-on experience that will make your time in the outdoors more successful. From live bait and fishing tackle to archery, firearms, hunting, and trapping gear, J&B Outdoors at the corner of Pickett and Leonard Road in St. Joseph has you covered.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball.
Throw to the plate! Safe at the plate!
Right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
This is St. Joseph Mustangs baseball on ESPN 1550.
Back on ESPN 1550, I'm Chucky Kemp. Still in between innings, Figueroa hasn't thrown a warm-up pitch yet because Ozzy Rodriguez jogged out and kind of fell to the ground, and I'm not sure if it's I believe he's just kind of cramping a little bit, but he dropped down and just kind of stiff when he got up, so they actually might make a change. I don't know. Maybe he'll stay in. Walked toward the dugout for a second. Now he's back, so I believe Ozzy's going to stay in there. I don't know if he tripped, maybe. He's pointing to a spot in the turf where there's a hole. If there's a tear in it, he put his finger through it and kind of lifted it up. Maybe that caught his cleat and fell down. I'm not sure what it was, but it's always a little scary to see a guy kind of hunch over, especially in this heat. And a guy behind the plate wearing all the gear, you know, his temperature is even warmer than everybody else. I don't know if we'll ever get any shade here. It actually, sun's kind of creeping over this left side, and we might end up being completely in the sun. I mentioned the Sedalia's dugout, not quite in the shade, but just to the right of it is. That's where their coaches have been standing. As Figueroa gets warmed up, he's through 3 now. Allowed no hits, 1 run. Couple of errors. He's looked strong so far. That first inning after the play was suspended just now. Walked 1, hit 1, but got out of it. And Ozzy fires one from his knees down. Great throw there to warm up. But here we go in the bottom of the 4th. Figueroa back on the mound. Sure, we'll get Matt Johnson on tonight at some point to talk to him about this ball club. Figueroa's ready to go. First pitch of the 4th for him is in there for strike 1. So Figueroa has Nyberg to start things off. Misses up high for ball 1, 1-1. Luis Nyberg from Maryville University. One is outside as well, 2-1. Infield at regular depth. McDonald at short. Alou at second base up the middle. Mealy is at third, as that one misses outside. A little wild from Figueroa to start things. In the 3rd, hit 1, walked 1. Now he's 1 pitch away from losing Nyberg here. Over at first is Jacob Hurst for the Mustangs. That rounds out the infield as that one's fouled straight back, full count. Fisher in left, Risch in center, and Connor Bacon in right for the Mustangs in the outfield. Figueroa trying to battle back. The 3-2 is also up high. Seems like when he's missed, it's been upstairs, almost eye level every time. Free pass to the first batter here in the 4th. Then Whetstone steps in. Big left-handed hitter for Sedalia from Missouri State. Overland Park, Kansas native. Figueroa sets in the stretch. Slide steps one in there for strike one. Whetstone 0 for 1 in this game. The 0-1 from Figueroa is down and in for ball one. 1-1. Ozzy Rodriguez, another Missouri Western player on this team. Will be a senior for Buzz Verduzco next season. So good behind the plate. Not quite a big bat per se. He's going to hit probably upper 260 to 290. So not bad, but really where he earns his spot is behind the plate, the way he controls the game. Knocked down at first by Hurst, and he steps on the bag for out number one. Good play there. He's had to block that one up like a catcher at first base. There's one out in the inning. Runner does move up to second, though. Now for Sedalia, it's Castadis. Castadis this season, .083 average. 1 for 7. This one is hit off of Figueroa's glove, fielded at second by Alou, and thrown to first for out number 2. And that really, Figueroa should get an assist for that one, because I don't think Alou would have got there had he not knocked it down a little bit. 2 outs, runner on third for Sedalia. They're going to want to get back into this one. It's going to need to happen quickly, just kind of one at a time here for them. After Castadis, it's Holt. Justin Holt from Nichols State University. Gulfport, Mississippi. Holt steps back in. It's a 1-0 count to him, 2 outs. Runner on third. Hits this one, got well underneath this one. Should be an easy play in right, and it is. So Figueroa strands one on third. We go to the fifth, 6-1 Mustangs. See if they can get another on the board. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the fourth. It's 6-1 St. Joe on ESPN 1550.
When severe weather is in your area, make sure you're tuned in to ESPN 1550 for up-to-the-minute coverage. Sponsored by Affordable Insurance Solutions. Call 676-2886. When others say no, AIS says yes.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Hello, this is Lavelle Rucker. I encourage you to join me in voting for Gary Myers for Circuit Judge. Gary has 36 years of diverse legal experience and wrote the Call Before You Dig statute, which has saved countless lives. Gary has served as a leader with the American Red Cross, Family Guidance, Ag Expo, and United Way. Vote Gary Myers, Circuit Judge.
This commercial is paid for by the Committee to Elect Gary Myers Judge, Bertha Parker, Treasurer.
It's time to get your bogey, eagle, and birdie on the dance floor. Tee off at Duncan Hills Golf Course in Savannah, where you'll find 18 holes of magnificent greens. They offer more than just quality, affordable golf. Take advantage of tee times at a special price when you visit them online. Dust off those clubs, grab your family and a group of friends, and let the games begin. Make Duncan Hills Golf Course in Savannah your next golfing experience. Duncan Hills Golf, where a bad day at golf always beats a good day at work. DuncanHillsGC.com.
You're listening to Mustangs Baseball on St. Joe Sports Authority, ESPN 1550.
Back in Sedalia on ESPN 1550. I'm Chucky Kemp. Dave Riggert has the day off. Mustangs on the road tonight for 2 games against the Bombers. Talked about the standings a little bit before the game, 11-6 apiece here in the North Division. We have each played 17 league games. The Mudcats have played just 14, the A's 16. So Chillicothe's 8-6. They're on a 2-game slide. As this one's ripped up the middle for a base hit. And the Mustangs get a leadoff single here in the 5th. That's Mealy, now Connor Bacon, followed by Evan McDonald step in. So Mealy finds one off of Brooks Luther. They haven't had much going. They scored one in the fourth. No real fireworks in this game so far since we picked things back up. Swing and a miss there on a good off-speed pitch. Connor Bacon knew he got fooled there as Johnson gives the sign to Mealy at first. He's got a good lead. Does not go. This one's down low for ball one. Mealy from New York Institute of Technology, and he fouls this one out of play into the parking lot. Hitting .324 for the Mustangs this summer. At New York, hit .313, 5 homers, 28 RBIs this season. And Mealy dives back to first as Luther looks his way. Interesting, we might see a lot of different Mustangs today with the heat this way, and this one's scorched into center, and another, no, he can't catch it. Mealy hustling to second, but he will be out on a force play. There's the center fielder, Holt. Mealy made a great sliding catch, couldn't grab it, but throws to second in time as Mealy had to wait to see if he would catch it. So there's out number one. Now it's Connor Bacon on first, one out for Evan McDonald. Evan's parents, a couple of the fans in attendance today. He tries to bring Connor Bacon around. First pitch to McDonald is hit on the right side. Hit and run works to perfection. Bacon scoots up to third base. First and third, one out. So that is exactly how manager Matt Johnson drew it up. McDonald let it get deep. Hit it right through the right side for a base hit. Now first and third. Jacob Hurst steps in now. RBI opportunity here with one out. Hurst, 167 this summer from Bradley University. As that one's inside, McDonald takes second. Second and third now for Hurst. It's a big chance for the Mustangs. They're already up 5, but they could really begin to put this one away with a couple more here. Hurst just a little late. Hit it well, but way out of play. 1-1 count. Hurst, a 6'5", 225-pound left-handed batter. Was a freshman at Bradley. Didn't get any at-bats this season as he hits this one on the right side, and it'll be an RBI. Bacon comes across. There are 2 outs. McDonald scoots up to third. It's 7-1 Mustangs. Hurst did not see any action at Bradley this season. They went 29-21, 11-9 in conference play. Ozzie points out the little tear in the turf to the opposing catcher, Castatus. Ozzie chops this one to the right side as well. So everyone's going that direction. That's out number 3. Mustangs played another one. 7-1 St. Joe as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back on ESPN 1550.
Midwest Central Outdoor, your outdoor answers for any season. They're selling the highest quality equipment. Check out their newest line of Echo products. Hustler, Walker, Wright Standard mowers, Easy Go golf carts, and much more. Midwest Central Outdoor believes in old-fashioned values and friendly and exceptional service. Customer service is Midwest Central Outdoor's #1 priority. They stand behind all sales and service. They have a highly skilled service center and can service any small gas engine. Midwest Central Outdoor, off Highway 71, just north of I-29 and exit 53.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball,
Throw to the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustangs on ESPN 1550.
The Mustangs have scored in every inning but one so far. That was back in the top of the third when they weren't able to get one across. Other than that, they have a run in every frame. And just one for Sedalia. It's 7-1 St. Joe. Jeremiah Figueroa back out there for the bottom of the fifth. Misses outside for ball one. Figueroa is at the top of this Bombers order. Quade Smith, then Horstmeyer and Day, followed by Jonathan Ramon in the 5 spot. That one's in there for strike one. 2-1 count for Figueroa's. Worked behind, seems like, for the majority of this game since we've resumed play. 3 Mustangs errors so far, 1 today, and 1 came in the first couple innings before the game was suspended. Three-one count for Figueroa. Ozzie sets up right down the middle, and he misses outside. So Quade Smith takes first. Some speed on the base paths for the Bombers. Smith has stolen 5 bases already this summer. He's been caught twice. Now Horstmeyer steps in. He's 0 for 2. He struck out once. Ozzie throws behind. Smith didn't get him. A lot of arm strength there from Ozzie Rodriguez. He did that a few times at the conference tournament for Missouri Western as well. He keeps him honest over there, but this is a huge lead for Quade Smith on Figueroa, and he'll show him his slow pickoff move. 1-0 count from Figueroa. This one's chopped toward Evan McDonald. McDonald will come to first with it. So 6-3 on the out there. And there is one out as Smith takes second base. One on, one out for Jordan Day. Day has walked twice in this game. Bottom of the 5th here in Sedalia. 7-1 Mustangs. Jeremiah Figueroa. That's the good part about the suspended play for Figueroa is you basically get a fresh pitch count. So anything that happened in the first 2 innings, it really just turns into a 7-inning game for a starter. If he can, he'll need to find his command a little bit, but if he can, could definitely go the distance for this Mustangs team. Now, there's enough pitchers where it really hardly ever matters in summer ball, but I'm sure Matt Johnson would like to see him have a good outing and keep that bullpen fresh. Day fouled one off. Now an 0-2 is in the dirt. Rodriguez dives out and keeps it in front of him. See if we can't get Matt Johnson here in the next inning or two. 1-1 for Figueroa. Smith, another big lead at second base as that one misses outside, 2-1. Just a really small park. 290 down the right field line, 310 down the left field line, and dead center is as deep as it gets. It's 375 as Figueroa misses outside, 3-1. The stretch. He'll play a little outfield for him as well as this one's hitting to right, and a good running catch there from the right fielder Bacon. Freshman from Boston College makes the grab for out number 2. So the runner stays at second base. Bacon came flying in for that, but stayed on his feet and made a good catch. Now here's the big man, Jonathan Ramon. Mentioned earlier, he has only hit 1 home run this summer. Or he has not hit a home run this summer, excuse me. He has just 1 RBI this summer. Hasn't played in a lot of games for Sedalia, though. Just 2. He's hitting .333. In this game, he has an RBI on a sacrifice fly. That one's in there for strike 1, 1-1. One pitch from Figueroa, 2 outs. Breaking ball misses on the outside corner. It's a good place to miss, though. That was Ramon could do anything with that. Blake Hardigree, the Mustangs pitching coach, thought it was a pretty good pitch as well. That one misses up high, 3-1. So Figueroa again. This is kind of the way things have gone for him. 2-1, 3-1, 2-0. He's battled back a couple times, but has given up some free passes. 3-1. Hit up the middle. That's a base hit. Smith's going to round third. He will come home and score easily, 7-2. The Mustangs' lead is cut in 2 by 1. So Figueroa had to bring a good one there or else walk the batter there. That would have been Ramon, and did keep it down in the zone, but Jonathan Ramon, a good hitter, takes it right up the middle for an RBI. After Ramon, it's the shortstop Morrill. He's 0 for 2. Nyberg on deck is 0 for 1 with a walk. One and 1 to Morrill now. Looks like Ozzy's wearing a little wristband. That's how they call their pitches. You see that a lot more now, baseball and softball. That one misses upstairs, 2-1. Two outs for Jeremiah Figueroa. That one's just upstairs. Morrill even kind of looked at the home plate umpire, wondering what he would call there. Three 3-1 now, another hitter's count for a Sedalia batter, and that one misses outside. Hardigree thinks about coming out. Matt Johnson kind of wanders toward the edge of the dugout. Ozzy Rodriguez, Evan McDonald talk with Jeremiah Figueroa at the mound. Jake Alou comes over as well to give him a little advice, a little piece of confidence for him. So now it's Nyberg. He's 0 for 1, a walk, and he struck out. 152 average this summer. Chance for Sedalia on a base hit to cut into this right now. Figueroa's a little wild, so even with 2 outs, they have a chance to capitalize as he misses downstairs. Blake Hardigree, Mustangs pitching coach, tells him, slow down a little bit, rush that pitch. 1-0 from Figueroa. Upstairs, ball 2. Just kind of big adjustments, it seems like. He's misses real low, misses real high, and just can't find that middle ground to make that little adjustment. And here comes Matt Johnson. Mustangs have Logan Campbell warming up behind the Mustangs dugout. Don't think Johnson's going to pull Figueroa right here, but infield is all in. They're talking a little bit. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Already 1 across for the Bombers. 7-2, Mustangs lead it. 2-0 count is what awaits Nyberg here. Whetstone on deck. He's 0 for 2. And Castatus is in the hole. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Again, just 1 hit. 2 runs on 1 hit, 3 errors. But Figueroa has been a little bit wild. He's walked 7 batters in this game. That one's fouled back. Strike 1. 4 2/3. 1 hit, 2 runs, both of them earned. 7 walks, 2 strikeouts. He's already faced 24 batters in just 4 2/3. Ozzie digs that one out of the turf. 3-1 now. Figueroa's leash probably getting a little shorter here as load the bases and then a gapper, and you're looking at a really tight ball game. 3-1. Ozzie misses. Just kind of dropped that one. Or I don't think it would have been a strike, but it would have been close. Johnson's looking behind the dugout at his guys warming up. I think Figueroa's got at least 1 more batter. But if he can't get him, this might be all for Jeremiah Figueroa. Whetstone steps in. 0 for 2. They've got a guy they want at the plate. And he rips one straight up the middle. That is down in front of the center fielder. Ramon scores. But they hold the runner at third. So bases loaded now, 2 outs, and now 2 runs across in the 5th. 7-3 Mustangs. That one was in there, and Whetstone was waiting for it, and you have to wonder now if Sedalia can't really just kind of sit on fastball down the middle because of Figueroa's control issues right now. They know he's trying to get strikes in there, so they can really, they don't see the fastball belt high. They might as well not swing because he hasn't given them any reason to. Castatus now 0 for 1, a walk. Ooh, home plate umpire doesn't give that one to Figueroa. It's close. That's a tough one when you're struggling too, just to miss by just a hair and not get it, and that's got to be a tough visual for any pitcher. Figueroa steps off. Bases loaded here for Castatus. He is the tying run. We're in the bottom of the 5th. 7-3 Mustangs lead. And that last hit from Whetstone, that was just the 2nd hit of the game for the Bombers. 2-0 count now to Castatus. And I think this will be it for Figueroa. Whether he gets out of it or not. I think he's probably done after 5 regardless. And if he can't get Castatus here, I think he's done anyway. 3-0 count to Castatus. That one nearly, I actually kind of thought it got him on the elbow pad there. And there's a fastball for strike 1. 3-1. See if you can get him to put one in play. Let his defense work a little bit. 2 outs. 3-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Castatus trying to jump on a fastball up in the zone. Really just kind of missed it because I think he liked that pitch a lot. Now the pressure's just as much on him as it is on Figueroa. And that one hits him in the back. So a painful RBI there for Custadis. He walks slowly to first base, and the lead is cut to just 3, 7-4 now. And here comes Matt Johnson. So Figueroa's day certainly done now. We'll see who it is for the Mustangs. Logan Campbell is still warming up the pen. And I think that's who we're going to see as Johnson takes the ball from Figueroa. Don't have a final line from him yet because he might have it updated here in a second depending on what Logan Campbell is able to do. He will be the pitcher for the Mustangs. 1-1 this season, a 1.17 ERA through 7 innings pitched. He has struck out 7 batters this season. From Lee University, Division II school. He's from Bakersfield, California. 6'6", 215-pound senior at Lee University this season. Having a good start for the Mustangs so far with that 1.17 ERA. He's appeared in 6 games, no starts, all out of the pen. Just an intimidating presence on the mound at 6'6". Mustangs await him to get warmed up. We're going to keep it here as we're kind of a little ahead on breaks here with the suspended game getting picked up. Wonder how much of that was just heat also for Figueroa. I mean, it is hot. I'm certain the turf is even warmer out there. And kind of early on, just looked like he couldn't get a grip on the ball, and the adjustments he made were just too much one way, too much the other way. So the runners take their places as Campbell throws his final warm-up pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs as Logan Campbell comes into the game. Trying to record a full 8 innings on the season. He's through 7 2/3 this season. Mentioned the outstanding 1.17 ERA. And he's 1 out away from a big hold right here. Tying run at first base. Go ahead at home. And that one misses upstairs. He's got the top of this order. Justin Holt, 0 for 2 with a run scored. Holt's reached on an air once. 1-0 count now from Campbell. Fastball misses outside. So the control issues for this Mustangs pitching staff, a little contagious right now. 2-0 count for Logan Campbell. Stares down Ozzie Rodriguez. Ozzie sets up a little outside. And it's downstairs, 3-0. Tough spot for the Mustangs. Got the 2 outs, and there was a runner on second. And from there, it escalated to bases loaded. 3 runs have scored in the inning. And now 3-0. And there's the first strike from Logan Campbell, 3-1. So Figueroa battled back well and then ended up hitting Custadis. Now Campbell's going to try and battle back here against the top of the order. He steps off. (3-1) sets at the belt. Delivers up high. So another one walked across home plate. 4 runs in the inning, 7-5 now, and we've got ourselves a ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Quade Smith steps in. He's 0 for 1 with a run scored and 2 walks so far. Delivery from Campbell's in there for strike 1. So that's a sight that Mustangs are happy to see. A first pitch strike. 0-1 for Campbell now to Quade Smith. A lot of speed here, so Look for them to try and get a force somewhere else if they can, and a hit batter. Wheels are falling off a little bit for this Mustangs pitching staff. Campbell's not happy, though, because he thought Smith should have moved a little bit as he just kind of left his elbow out there. I don't know if he reached for it or not. He certainly didn't bring it back at all. But it is 7-6 now. 2 hits for this Sedalia team. This is unreal. 6 runs on just 2 hits. 3 Mustangs errors, but I believe all the runs have been earned. That one's in there for strike 1. Now it's Horstmeyer in there. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Figueroa's final line, 4 2/3. 2 hits, 6 runs. They were all earned. 8 walks, 2 strikeouts. There's strike 2. 0-2 now to Horstmeyer. Can Campbell get out of it? With a lead, these Mustangs bats are going to have to get going again. They've scored 1 run in 2 straight now. Campbell sets 0-2 delivery. Breaking ball is fought off. It was up in the zone and just barely fought off by Horstmeyer. He's hitting .328 this season. 1 homer, 15 RBI. This is my first trip to Sedalia, and Jonathan Ramon last summer in double-digit home runs as this one takes a nasty hop. Throw across the diamond is not in time. The tag was not on him, and the Sedalia Bombers take a lead. So a throw off the bag at first, and the tag is not made by Hurst over there. I thought he got him. Matt Johnson wants the home plate umpire to take a look, them to talk about it. Millet threw it off the bag into the line. Hurst tried to throw a tag on him. I thought he got him. And he's out. And that's a huge call right there. That is a huge call right there. I believe you're going to take 2 runs off the board. So instead of 8-7 Sedalia, 7-6 Mustangs, and Sedalia coaches are not happy. I thought that was a pretty clear call, to be honest with you, though. I thought he got him on the jersey very obviously. So I thought that was a good appeal from Matt Johnson. I thought the home plate umpire made a good call there, but such a big swing because 2 runs come across there. There's a long throw. First baseman comes off the bag, and the runner at second, Quade Smith, hurried around second, from second around third to get in there. So now 7-6 Mustangs as they really dodge a little bit of a bullet there. An 0-2 count turns into a interesting play at first, but I think it was the right call there. And a good appeal. The Mustangs keep a 1-run lead. We'll keep it here this half inning. Clayton Risch will lead things off for the Mustangs. The few fans in attendance for Sedalia so far not happy about that call. 9-1-2 for the Mustangs. Risch, Fisher, and Alou. As Brooks Luther is still the pitcher for Sedalia. No music even this half inning. There's some frustration here after that call. But again, I thought the correct call was made. So we begin playing the top of the 6th. A little bit different score, though. The Bombers played 5 in the bottom half of the 5th, and now just a 1-run game, 7-6. St. Joe leads it, even though the hit category would suggest this game wouldn't be close if there were some runs. 8-2 in the hit category. Risch is 1 for 2 with the runs scored so far in this game. And takes strike 1 across for the first pitch of the 6th. Risch swings and misses over the top of one. 0-2 now. Mustangs offense has been very consistent, very steady throughout this game before the suspended play and after. 3-2-0-1-1. That's how the innings goes. We're in the 6th now. We'll see if they can keep their little streak rolling. It's kind of a unique field here in Sedalia. It's kind of got the Phil Welch feel as far as older, but much smaller as far as depth of fences. This one's hit into the gap and down for a single as it's cut off by the right fielder. That's Horstmeyer out there, but a leadoff single for Risch, so he's 2 for 3 now. And now Rencio Fisher in the top of the order come in, but a similar feel to Phil Welch Stadium. Much smaller though. Stands not nearly as big. And really nowhere to put them as at Phil Welch. Standing room all over the place. Here there is no standing room because they've got gates blocking off the lines because that's where kind of the bullpens are, right behind the dugouts. And a check at first base. Still no pitch thrown to Rencio Fisher. Rencio back in, waiting the first pitch. Here's the delivery. Runner does not go, and Fisher swings through one. Looked like a change up there, and that's been the pitch that has fooled Mustangs hitters a little bit from Luther's. Looks like a little bit of a change-up, I would guess. Not the big cut of a curveball or a slider, but a good-looking off-speed pitch. 0-1 to Fisher, and that's outside for ball 1. 1-1 count now. Dave Riggert just informed me this is just a 7-inning game. I actually thought we were playing 9 in both, so that will make things a little bit interesting because it's certainly not going to be, I would guess this game will get done before 6 o'clock, so we'll sit around for a while and wait for game 2, which we are told will be started at 7 no matter what, and there's strike 1 to Rencio Fisher, I believe. One, 2. That's what I thought. The scoreboard threw me off a little bit, but it is 1-2 to Fisher, and there's a balk. And everybody knew it. It's kind of funny when you listen to the dugout there is how much they're paying attention. They're in this game right now because as soon as the pitcher Luther moved, everyone shouting balk. So Risch moves up to second, 1-2 to Rencio Fisher. Now he just wants something in play to that right side, get the runner over to third, and try and get a little bit of insurance here as you go to the last couple innings. So because this was part of a doubleheader on Monday, which obviously doubleheaders both 7 innings. This one is just 7. We'll play 9 in the second one. That one's fouled down the right side. Rencio stays alive, 2-2. Fisher steps back in. A little bit of a slower pace to the game now. Luther working a little slower as he looks in. Jake Alou on deck for the Mustangs. Rencio's hitting 240, Alou's hitting 400, and Rencio fouls another one back. He's really fighting right now, knowing if not a hit, at least get this runner over for Alou. See if he can pop one into the outfield. Risch so far this summer, not a ton of speed as Fisher swings through one for out number 1. Battled, and finally Luther sneaks one past him, so now it's Jake Alou's turn. Alou so far is 1 for 2, 2 RBI, a run scored. Cassiola's on deck. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and an RBI. Lou swings and misses. Pitch down in the zone for strike one. If you're just joining us, the Mustangs led 7-1 going into the fifth. But Figueroa had trouble with control. He finished the day with 8 walks. Then after that, it was Logan Campbell coming in. He walked one and hit one for 2 more runs to come across, and it is 7-6 now, and the Bombers have just 2 hits. 1-1 count to Jake Alou. A bit of a breeze coming in from center field. So Alou fouls this one back against the fence. 1-2. So Luther started this inning off. A base hit to Rish into right center. Then a balk moved him up to second. He strikes out Fisher, and now he's got Alou down 1-2. Davey Cassiola on deck. Alou, a freshman from Boston College, and that one misses down low, 2-2. Played in just 10 games for BC this season. Hit .500. He only had 2 hits, though, 2 for 4. That's a school that Dave Riggert told me, that's a school that decides where they go. They assign them a team as Alou checks, swings, and strikes out. 2 outs now for the Bombers. Sedalia fans mad about Matt Johnson asking the umpire a question. They are fired up. I don't know that there's a ton of love between these two teams. They've had some big games in their time in the Mink League. Two teams that are always seem to be right at the top of the standings. Cassiola a chance still with a runner in scoring position. Base hit scores, and that one's down low for ball 1. I will say Johnson came in. He was talking with the coaches here at Sedalia, and they seemed to all be good friends, but definitely when first pitch is thrown, I mean, it's game time. They're two competitive groups. 2-0 now to Cassiola. This Sedalia team, a lot of University of the Missouri guys, a lot of Missouri State guys. Nichols State, there's a couple. William Woods, a handful. That one misses outside. 3-0 to Cassiola. Big man has driven in 7 runs this season. No homers so far. 1 double, 1 triple this summer. 3-0 count. Luther delivers sidearm, and it is in there for strike 1. Catches the outside corner. 3-1. Rish at second, a good lead. They're holding a little bit over there with Morrill. 3-1. Out into Mustangs dugout. 3-2. The good part about the 3-2 count with 2 outs is Rish isn't going to completely take off, but I'm certain he'll get a decent-sized secondary lead. Obviously, if there's a walk, you don't want to get caught in no man's land, but Rish takes a big hop off second, and this one's just kind of blooped in the infield to Morrill. He makes the grab, and they strand one. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-6. The St. Joe Mustangs lead the Sedalia Bombers here on ESPN 1550.
Love your family, your home, the Mustangs, and your car. Eastridge Car Washes can't help with the first 3. But boy, can they help with your car. Eastridge Car Washes are St. Joe's premier drive-through washes, offering wash options to fit any budget. Free vacs, hand dry, and the only washes in town to completely remove icky summer bugs. Show your car some love. Come to Eastridge Car Wash behind Firestone on Village Drive next to the Highway Patrol on the North Belt. Proud to sponsor your St. Joe Mustangs.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball,
Throw to the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions!
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball on ESPN 1550.
Yeah, a few more fans have wandered in here in Sedalia to catch the end of this first game and see if they know that they will have to wait for a second one. It is 5:11 here in Sedalia. We will get the second game underway at 7 o'clock. I believe that'll be a 9-inning game. To check with Matt Johnson between, I'm pretty sure that is a 9-inning game because this is makeup from a doubleheader that got suspended on Monday due to weather issues. Steve D'Amico in for the Mustangs to pitch. He's 1-1 this summer, 3.38 ERA through 10 and 2/3 innings pitched, and he brings a heater right across for strike one. Second one, same spot, and this one's fouled away as Bombers batters are going to have to really speed things up. Jordan Day just got around on that to foul it off. 0-2. Miko working quickly, breaking ball. Good spot to miss, just outside, 1-2. Curious to see if D'Amico goes 2 here. If he works quickly through this one, if they just leave him out there. Swing and a miss! As Ozzie squeezes it, just tipped it there. 4 out number 1. D'Amico strikes out Jordan Day. Jonathan Ramon, little power on power matchup here with D'Amico and Ramon. Big league home run champion a season ago. Fastball is fouled straight back, so Ramon was on that one. We'll see where Blake Hardegreet goes from here. 0-1 pitch from D'Amico. Breaking ball. They didn't call it. It's close, just on that outside corner. Ozzie might have been set up a little bit outside already. 1-1 count for Steve D'Amico. That one is in there. Catches the inside corner. Ramon can't believe it. Now 1-2, and D'Amico's in the driver's seat. See what they try to do here. D'Amico winds up, and breaking ball, Ramon lays off. Infield back. McDonald in the grass. Same with Alou as this one skied into right center field. Over goes Risch, and he calls off the right fielder Bacon to make the grab for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the 6th. Steve D'Amico working quickly. Now he'll see Morrill, the shortstop. 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. First one down low for ball 1. first couple batters off with fastballs so far. And there's another one for strike one. We'll see if they go right back to it. Morrill hasn't taken a hack yet. 5-run fifth cut this game to just 1. And maybe have prompted an early Steve D'Amico appearance as this one's hitting the right field. Bacon over toward the line, and he makes the catch. 1-2-3 for Steve D'Amico. It's 7-6 St. Joe. We go to the 7th on ESPN 1550.
Legendary Baltimore Orioles manager Earl Weaver once said, "The key to winning baseball is pitching, fundamentals, and 3-run home runs." At Rock Ridge Steel, the key to winning is quality products, quick delivery, and exceptional customer service. Rock Ridge Steel offers steel from 1 inch to 1 truckload to contractors, farmers, and city folk too for home improvements. So when you need steel, see a winner. That's Dan Riley at Rock Ridge Steel in Elwood, Kansas. Rock Ridge Steel, rock solid steel at rock bottom prices. Proud sponsor of the St. Joe Mustangs.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball,
Throw to the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the 3rd time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
Oh, into the home run point!
On ESPN 1550.
Back in Sedalia, Chucky Kemp, Dave Riggert out tonight, but we've got 2 games here for the Mustangs. This one on ESPN 1550. Game 2 will be played at 7 o'clock. We'll be over on 680 KFEQ, so we'll switch things up. But that game, I'm told, will start at 7 o'clock no matter what, as this one obviously probably not even going to make it to 6 o'clock. As the Mustangs, there's just 6 outs remaining here. Just a 7-inning game. We go to the top of the 7th. Mustangs up 7-6, and Steve D'Amico on the mound, trying to get the 2-inning save. D'Amico at Coastal Carolina. This season. Didn't pitch a lot there, but Maple Woods before that. Went to Shawnee Mission South High School from Overland Park, Kansas, and D'Amico served 5.5 years in the U.S. Navy before coming back playing some baseball, so definitely the oldest on that Mustangs team. 2-0 pitch here, 3-0 now, as there's a new pitcher in for Sedalia. Mealy is in to hit for the Mustangs. He's got a 3-0 count against Aaron Armstrong, a lefty from the University of Missouri. And there's strike one, 3-1 now from Armstrong. He also kind of brings it a sidearm motion, so both pitchers the Mustangs have seen from Sedalia have been submarine guys. Mealy takes first on a walk. Now we'll see Connor Bacon. Evan McDonald's on deck. Bacon so far today, 1 for 2, 2 runs scored. 0 for 2, 1 run scored and a walk. Slow things down here a little bit as the umpire, I believe the middle infield for Sedalia was talking a little bit. Mealy gets a lead at first. Bacon steps in, first pitch to him. Shows bunt, a good one down the third base line. The throw to first is in time, but a great sacrifice bunt there from Connor Bacon. And now it's Evan McDonald in a big spot with a runner on second. Evan played at Georgia Southern this season, D1 school down there. It was his first year after 2 years at Barton Community College. This is his third year with the Mustangs. Last summer hit just .208, but off to a great start this summer, hitting .400. 57 games, 57 starts for Evan McDonald at Georgia Southern. He hit .284, a homer, and 26 RBI. That is a heck of a season at the Division I level. 1-0 count to McDonald. And that one's in there for strike one. So a 1-1 count. And he told me, I was asking him, I said, man, you're close to 300 down there. And he said, yeah, it would have been a lot better if I wouldn't have started off like 0 for 20 to start things out. I don't know if he was exaggerating or not, but said it was a little bit of a rough start, and they stuck with him, and he definitely hit the ball well. 1-1 misses down and in for ball two. 2-1, 1 out. Good lead at second. That's Mealy out there. Mealy, excuse me. Really good lead at second. Armstrong will bring it. McDonald hits it right at the shortstop, though, and so Mealy has to go back to first. That one's into the turf, but scooped, so 2 outs. Donald just a little on top of it there. Now a pinch hitter for the Mustangs, Brett Marr, junior at Rockhurst University this season. Hit .335 there, 20 RBIs, 8 extra base hits. They could use a knock right here from Brett Marr. He started off this year hot too this summer, .327 average for him in the red and white jersey. Good lead for Mealy again, and it's down low for ball one. Ozzy Rodriguez is on deck. There's someone getting loose in the Mustangs pen. Not loose as in throwing though, just kind of stretching a little bit. That one misses down low, ball two. But I would guess Steve D'Amico is going to finish this thing out, and then they're going to tell him to take the night off. Marr steps back in, 2-0. Armstrong sets and fires in strike one, 2-1. 7-6 Mustangs, 9-2 in the hit column. They lead every category in this game. 2-1, hit on the left side, and the play is made by Morrill at short, throws it into the turf again, but another scoop at first, and that's the third out of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the seventh. Mustangs 3 outs away from taking a lead in the North Division. 7-6 St. Joe. We'll be right back on ESPN 1550.
The truth that every ATV owner knows. ATVs are awesome. Middlemen are not. Scooters Power Sport services the brands you love. Polaris, Can-Am, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda. And when you bring it in for service, no middleman. You'll talk directly to a mechanic who'll tell you what's wrong and the best way to fix it. They also carry new and used ATVs and side-by-sides and offer dealer financing at rates as low as 1.99%. Check them out online at scooterspowersports.com. Scooters Power Sports. Ride it like you can afford to fix it.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball,
Throw to the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, When the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to Mustangs Baseball on St. Joe Sports Authority, ESPN 1550.
Back in Sedalia, Chucky Kemp. Along for the call. We've got two tonight. The first one here on ESPN 1550. We will follow this one up at 7 o'clock. And that will be over on 680 KFEQs. The Mustangs make a few defensive changes. Jake Alou looks like he'll trot over to third base. Davey Cassiola was at third. He's walking in. Out comes Brett Maher. And I believe he's going to second. Connor Bacon is in at first base. Jacob Richardson looks like he's out in right field. I think we're the same everywhere else. McDonald still at short. Rodriguez behind the plate. And Steve D'Amico is back on the mound. So here we go. Can the Mustangs hold on? 7-8-9 for the Bombers. Nyberg, Whetstone, and Castadis. First pitch misses inside for ball one. A long stare from D'Amico at the home plate umpire as he thought that one was in there. That one misses inside as well. I thought that one was actually a hair further inside. Johnson and Hardigree not happy with it. That one, and they say that one hit him on the elbow. Johnson's not happy, but regardless, the runner, Nyberg, takes first, so the leadoff base runner here in the seventh. Steve D'Amico thought he was up 0-2 in the count until two straight balls called on the inside part. I think the first one missed. I thought the second one was a little bit closer, and then I couldn't tell there if that got him or not, or what. Not sure if Johnson's arguing it was a swing or what happened, but either way, there's going to be a runner on first base. And Whetstone steps in. One for three, a run and an RBI. And that one's in there, strike one. Catches the bottom part of the zone. D'Amico really ramped up there, and you got to wonder if you're Whetstone, you're not too happy about the first at bat, because D'Amico can really bring it, and he even took it up a notch right there. 0-1, delivers from the stretch and takes a little off that one, and it catches the zone. 0-2. D'Amico bounces right back. Experience right there. He's showing it off as he's just not bothered by the base runner. Getting right back to business. 0-2. Big pitch coming, 7-6 Mustangs. And that one inside as Rodriguez has to track it down. So the tying run is in scoring position now at second base. D'Amico could really use a punch out here for out number one. Problem is there's no dancing around anybody because you're at the top of the order waiting. Status is on deck. 1-2. Breaking ball is close. Said it was outside. And that one was a little questionable. I thought, honestly, it kind of looked like Whetstone might want to take a hack at that, as it was a little above the knees, breaking ball. No call, 2-2. D'Amico brings a fastball, and a great play at second base. Throw to first, not in time, and the runner will stay at third. D'Amico hustles over to get it, but Bacon couldn't dig it out of the dirt as Marr threw it into the dirt, but made a great stop, because if he wouldn't have stopped it, it would be a tie game right now. Great stop. Now it's first and third. No outs. And here comes Matt Johnson. And this is kind of a bind here, because you don't want them to tie the game. Right now you don't have a force at home, just first and third. So you got to think the infield's coming in, but you're going to have to tag the runner coming to the plate, and if you walk him, then you go right to the top of the order with no outs, and that could easily backfire on you. So let's see what Johnson does. You almost just kind of think, bring the infield in, see if D'Amico can get a punch out here, and then maybe if you want to, walk the bases loaded. See where the defense sets up. They might just play, let this run score. Alou is at third. He's even with the bag. Bacon is on the bag, but the middle infielders, McDonald and Marr, are at double play depth. So it looks like they're going to come at Custadis here, and he gets the job done. This is hitting a deep right field. Back goes Richardson, makes the catch. The runner will come home, and we're tied 7-7. So sacrifice fly works. 1 out. Runner on first. I said this game would be over well before 6, and I might have jinxed it there, because we're tied at 7 now. See if D'Amico can get out of this. You've got to think that their Mustangs are looking back right now at the batter before this, saying, man, that should have been a punch out, and it really should have been. You don't know how that would change the game. He might have got the sac fly anyway, but pinch runner here now at first as the top of the order comes to the plate. Holt, Smith, Horstmeyer. Holt's 0 for 2 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. First pitch to Holt. First time D'Amico has faced him this game. First one's down low for ball 1. Now you have to wonder how the frustrations will affect D'Amico a little bit, as he really bounced back well from a couple of problems here in the beginning of this inning. Got a batter down 0-2, and that ended up didn't work out for him either, but either way he bounced back, and now he's down 0-2 to Holt. Holt this season, .286 average, 7 RBIs. Tied for second with 18 hits. Connor Bacon makes a good stop at first as D'Amico tried to pick the runner off. D'Amico sets and delivers the 2-0. That's in there for strike 1. Pinch runner at first base, Alex B. from William Woods University. Here's the 2-1 from D'Amico. That's fouled out of play, so he fights back, and now it's 2-2. Little breeze helping cool us down here in Sedalia. tiny lead at first for B. Holt finally steps in. 2-2 delivery on the way. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Winning runs at first. This is up high. Rodriguez goes to first. And it's not in time. 3-2. Another big pitch for D'Amico right here. Three-two, 1 out, 7-7. 6 of the 7 Sedalia runs came in the last 3 innings. 5 in the 5th, and another one here in the 7th, and there's a walk. So first and second, the winning run moves up to second base. So now Sedalia goes from trailing by 6 runs at one point in this game to being a base hit away from a win. Quade Smith steps in. He's 0 for 1, 2 walks, an RBI, and a run scored. Jake Alou is in at third base, just playing the bunt just a little bit, just in case. And it would definitely not be a sacrifice. Smith has the speed that he'd be bunting for a base hit if he did. 1-0 though, D'Amico misses outside. One-0 is in there for strike 1. Still just 3 hits for Sedalia, and that's the free passes are what have really costed the Mustangs in this game. Before the suspended play and after, there's only one run before the suspended play, but still, Figueroa had walked a couple, and now he finished the day with 8 walks. His replacement, Logan Campbell, walked and hit 1. That brought runs across. D'Amico just walked another. Now it's a 1-2 count, and that one's down low in the dirt. Ozzie blocks it up. 2-2. On deck is Horstmeyer. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Quade Smith grounds one on the right side. Short hop, but fielded and thrown to first by Brett Marr, so 2 outs. But the winning run 90 feet from home. It'll take a base hit for Horstmeyer. Unless, of course, he were to get hit or walk. And then, obviously, you've got some ways to win it with Day. But Horstmeyer will need a base hit to bring these runs across. Ozzie's been solid behind the plate. Only a couple balls have gotten past him. And I want to say only 1 has allowed a runner to advance. First pitch to Horstmeyer. In there for strike 1, a breaking ball. Oh, 1. D'Amico sets again. They're kind of trying to slow his pace down a little bit. They'll stand outside the batter's box. 0-1 is fouled off Ozzie's mask. 0-2. Big pitch coming here. If D'Amico can get one by him, give this offense a chance. You got to think they really want it right now. They thought they got squeezed on a couple calls in this inning. 0-2 is fouled back, and that was power on powers. D'Amico brought it about belly button high. It's fouled off. Another 0-2 coming. Second and third. It's the one at third. That's the only one that matters right now. 7-7. Bottom of the 7th. 0-2. Breaking ball. Gets him. D'Amico throws that one right under the bat of Horstmeyer, and we go to the 8th. Extra innings here in Sedalia for Game 1. 7-7, St. Joe and Sedalia tied here on ESPN 1550.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball.
Throw to the plate! Safe at the plate!
Right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
As a Buchanan County, Dan Hausman has worked with great county employees. He's also helped hundreds of people in the county. He's led the way in helping reduce costs and has held the line on county taxes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been saved through better purchasing and working smart. Economic development has always been a top priority. He's helped create over 2,600 new jobs and brought in over $825 million in new investments in Buchanan County. Experience counts. Vote for Dan Hausman, the Eastern District Commissioner.
I'm Dan Hausman. This message is paid for by the Citizens for Dan Hausman, Donnie Miller, Treasurer.
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustangs on ESPN 1550.
Back in Sedalia, starting to cool off a little bit. The clouds moved over the sun. Not completely, but they're kind of working as sunglasses for us right now. A little breeze as well. We go to extras. 8th inning. It's the University of Missouri's Aaron Armstrong on the mound for Sedalia. He sends ball 1 across. Leading things off for the Mustangs, Cal Urich. And Urich continues his big week with a scorcher down the left field line. A leadoff single for him. How about the last 7 days for Kyle Urich? Let me pull this up real quick. 8 for 22. He's hitting .364, 3 homers, 9 RBI, 3 walks. .462 on base percentage for him, but 3 home runs. He has scored 8 runs the past 7 days, and he gets his 9th hit of the week right there. He is swinging a hot bat right now. And up next, it's Risch. They're going to try and bunt him over. And this one's popped straight in the air and caught. No communication there, though. 1 out for the Bombers. That was nearly a disaster. If they would have dropped that, Risch probably should have just pulled it back, but he went ahead and tried to bunt one up at his shoulders because he set right away. There was no, and obviously that was what they were going to do, but he set immediately. Armstrong went up in the zone and got exactly what he wanted with that pop-up for out number 1. Armstrong comes to the plate. Laurencio Fisher takes ball 1 outside. One and 0. Rencio's 1 for 2, a walk and a run scored. He has struck out once. That was his last at bat. Going to make up for it here, and there's strike 1, 1-1. Third baseman Nyberg is still in a little bit, just in case Laurencio tries to lay one down for a base hit. 1-1 count. And Laurencio watches that one downstairs, ball 2. Jacob Liu is on deck. Liu this week, he's played in 4 games. He's 2 for 5 with an RBI. In this game, he's 1 for 3 with 2 more RBIs. And Fisher hits this one down the right field line. Will it get down? No, it will not. A catch down the right field line sends the runner Urich back to first. I couldn't see it. I completely lost it behind the dugout, so I just kind of had to wait for the reaction. Fisher nearly placed that perfectly. That would have probably gave them the lead, but instead, I would imagine a good catch down the right field line, as that was a long way to go for Horstmeyer out there. 2 outs for Jacob Liu. Outside, Urich goes and dives into the ball. I don't think it would have mattered, but that was a laser from the catcher, Castatus, but Urich just takes it to the side, and he's safe at second base. One-0 count to Jake Alou. Mustangs could really use one here. Alou on the season, 400 hitter as well. He's same stats as the last week. Hasn't played a lot for the Mustangs so far this summer. 1-1 now to Alou. Delivery from Armstrong. Good lead at second from Urich. Time is called before he can make the pitch. Just one RBI for Jake Alou so far this summer. He'd love to make it 2 right here. Armstrong delivers the 1-1. Now Alou drives this one to the right side, but it is fielded by Ramon at second. He goes to first, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 7. Can the Mustangs extend this another inning? It is 7-7 here on ESPN 1550.
Oh, I've been driving that old pickup across all these 50 states, and the sure ain't seen saving like those energy rebates.
KCP&L, not good at country songs, great at saving you money. We have 18 ways to save you a little or a lot. Find the one that's right for you at kcpl.com/save.
Save money and energy with kcpl.com/save.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball,
Throw to the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the 3rd time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball.
There she goes!
On ESPN 1550.
Steve D'Amico back out for the bottom of the 8th inning. He sends ball 1 across to the leadoff batter for the Bombers here. It is Day as he chops this one to Evan McDonald, who makes a throw on the run. And a good job by Bacon at first to make the stab for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out for Steve D'Amico. Now Jonathan Ramon back in for the Bombers. Ramon 1 for 2, 2 RBIs, a run scored. Drove one in on a sacrifice fly earlier in this game. Again, this is only supposed to be a 7-inning game, but obviously we have extras right now. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 1 out. Ramon fouls one away, 4 strike 1. If you're watching on Point Streak at all, it says Logan Campbell is on the mound. I promise you it is Steve D'Amico. Jake Alou is also at third, so there are some things on there that are not correct. 1-1, 1 out for D'Amico. Breaking ball. Ramon hits down the right field line, and it will get foul. 1-2. Mustangs had a good start to that top of the 8th. Pinch hit Urich, and he does his job, gets on base. Risch pops one up, though, when he was trying to sacrifice bunt him over. And Fisher and Alou can't get anything going either. Here's the pitch. Ramon pops another one up and foul. 2-2. D'Amico, good mix of fastball and breaking ball right now. Trying to get this second out quickly, get the Mustangs bats back at the plate. So not as big of a break as I thought we'd have. I thought we'd have about an hour and a half between games. Obviously now that is not the case. (3-2) as that one was in the turf. And a swing and a miss. That was impressive from Steve D'Amico. Just reared back and fired one past Jonathan Ramon for out number 2. So D'Amico is back out there, I mentioned, and this is kind of where you start to wonder about the bullpen and pitchers. As far as the Mustangs, I was looking at their schedule as there's strike one from D'Amico. Looking at their schedule, they don't have another off day until the 28th, so they play 2 tonight, basically 2. They're playing a 7-inning game and a 9-inning game since we went to extras. So basically 2 full games tonight. They've got the Merchants at home tomorrow, then Branson at home on Saturday, and then on the road for 2 Sunday, Monday. Then a day off, and then they're right back at it. 1-1 now, and D'Amico plunks a batter, and this one falls down and hits Brady Anderson a little bit. Not sure where it got him. Anderson is in to catch for the Mustangs. So Morrill takes first, and now it's Nyberg with 2 outs and the winning run on first base. Nyberg is 0 for 1, 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and a strikeout. First pitch from Steve D'Amico. Fastball misses down low. One and 0, D'Amico back on the mound. He slowed down a little bit his pace as the hitters are getting in there. Nyberg waiting on him for a change, and he sends this one high to center field, but Risch isn't going to move much. Takes about a step in, makes the catch. And we go to the 9th, 7-7. We'll keep it right here as we'll run out of breaks if we don't. The Mustangs come to the plate, a chance to take a lead as Steve D'Amico's keeping them in it. It all goes back to that 5th inning where the walks really costed the Mustangs. If you look at their pitching lines in this game, Figueroa walked 8. Campbell walked 1 and hit 1. And D'Amico doesn't have a line because they've still got Campbell in on point streak. But he's plunked 2. And I want to say he's walked at least 1. And then you go to the 7th inning when they scored the tying run, and it was the Mustangs very unhappy with the strike zone in that inning. There were a couple. One was big because it was a strikeout. And you never know how it's going to work out anyway, but obviously a punch-out would have been huge in that inning. No matter, we go to the top of the 9th, 7-7. And still Aaron Armstrong from the University of Missouri out there for this Bombers team. Armstrong, 4 appearances this season coming into this game, 5 2/3 innings pitched. A 7.94 ERA, but he has locked down the Mustangs for 2 innings in this game so far. And we'll see if he can keep doing it. He's gone 2 innings, only allowed 1 hit and walked 1. No runs. 3-4-5, though, a good spot in this Mustangs order. Cassiola, Mealy, and Bacon. It'll actually be Cassiola, Richardson, and Bacon. Mealy came out couple innings ago as they flipped the defensive positioning around. Cassiola pops this bunt off back behind the plate off the fence. Foul ball, strike 1. Cassiola steps back in, lays the bat across the plate, and he's got an 0-1 count coming his way from Armstrong. Strike 2. Catches the outside corner. Some pitchers getting warmed up now for the Mustangs. That one misses outside, 1-2. Richardson awaiting on deck. Breaking ball misses outside. So good little battle brewing here from Casiolas. He's battled it back 2-2. 237 average this summer, 7 RBIs. But again, 0 for 4 in this one. That nearly hits him, 3-2. Armstrong getting a little wild now. See if the Mustangs can get that lead runner on. And you've got a lefty in Jacob Richardson who could lay down a bunt and also put a little pressure on defenses because he has some speed. Casiola fouls this one away. Then it's Connor Bacon, 250 average this season. That one's down low, so what a battle from Casiola there. Comes back from way down in the count, 0-2, 1-2, and all the way back to draw a leadoff walk here in the 9th. And now it's Jacob Richardson. So in the 7th when they got the, or excuse me, in the 8th when they got the leadoff runner on, talked about Rish popping up to eliminate the sacrifice chance, and Richardson gets it done though, right back to the pitcher. And there's the out, but the sacrifice bunt is successful. So now Connor Bacon steps in. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. The go-ahead potential winning run is on second base in Davey Casiola. First pitch is down and in for ball 1. So Bacon ahead in the count. Evan McDonald on deck, and that's one of the bats you like to see at the plate right now. He's 2 for 4 today with an RBI, and he's been swinging a good bat since joining the team. That one misses outside, so Bacon's ahead 2-0. Now you have to wonder if you're Aaron Armstrong, if you really don't try to just get Bacon to go after something, because he's got some pop. Something in the gap, and clearly you're going to be down, and maybe even a base hit. It's this one down the third baseline, foul. Actually looks like there's some fans sitting along the wooden fence down the left field line. The dugouts are real close to home plate, and then it falls off into kind of an opening, but still in play. And it looks like there's fans back in there. But then the further you go down the line, the fence almost meets the foul pole down the left and right field line. That one's outside, 3-1. Big hitters count for Connor Bacon, who was moved into first base, started the game in right field. Up high, so another walk. First and second for Evan McDonald. McDonald would love to send one through this infield and drive in the go-ahead run right now. First pitch from Armstrong as he slowly gets into his stretch. First one to McDonald is fouled away. Kind of jumped at that one. A little out of the zone. 0-1. McDonald back in there. 0-1 from Armstrong. Evans 2 for 4. Mustangs haven't scored since the 5th. That one misses outside. Good job by Castadis to dive out and catch it. 1-1. Mustangs offense has cooled off. 3-2-0 the first 3 innings, and then 1-1, 1-1 in the 4th and 5th, and then zeros from 6 through 8. Trying to get something on the board in the 9th. 1-1, and Armstrong steps off. Brett Mars on deck. Mars 0 for 1. He entered this game late. McDonald back in there. Armstrong sets at his stomach and brings it down low, 2-1. McDonald comes back from 0-1 to 2-1. Armstrong's been solid so far, though. Still only 1 hit allowed. He has walked 3 now, 2 of them in this inning. 2-1 to McDonald. And a check swing. It's in there anyway for strike 2. Evans talking to the home plate umpire. Not sure what he's saying exactly. 2-2, excuse me. I think I said it was 3-2. Decent lead at second base. Evan another check swing. And he went. Strikeout. And Evan is fired up, and he is going after Armstrong right here. I'm not sure what exactly happened. But the benches have cleared here in Sedalia. I'm not sure what happened there. But Evan McDonald is fired up. Now the umpires are trying to clean things up here. They're just getting the teams back to the dugout now. It'll be first and second, 2 outs. McDonald strikes out. I'm not sure what happened, but I will say this. Armstrong wanted no part of it. He turned around, and Armstrong saw Evan McDonald full speed at him. I'm not sure what was said or done. Now the Bombers are going to go to the dugout. So I'm not sure what's going on exactly. Both teams are in the dugout. Nothing really came of it at all. McDonald charged the mound, and everything kind of got cleaned up pretty quickly. So now the umpires are talking. And the Sedalia coaches have pulled their team off the field. Minus 1 outfielder, but I believe that's Quade Smith, who left his glove and left. He's going to go grab it. Now he's going to come in. I'm not sure the purpose of that. I don't know why everyone's left the field exactly. They got the Mustangs back to their dugout. There's still 2 outs. I mean, whatever happens, they should just be on the field waiting to go. 2 outs. It's 7-7 in the top of the 9th. Matt Johnson's out there, kind of just waiting to hear what's going to happen. Both Sedalia coaches out there as well. So we're just kind of playing the waiting game right now. Umpires are going to talk to the Sedalia coaches here. I think I mentioned earlier these teams didn't like each other, and I would doubt that it's got any better tonight. Once things do get settled down, though, it'll be 2 outs, first and second for the Mustangs, and it'll be Brett Marr stepping in. He's 0 for 1. Matt Johnson's now over in front of the Mustangs dugout. Aaron Armstrong waiting with the team. one of the Sedalia coaches, I'm not sure if he's trying to say that Evan tried to throw a punch. I didn't see that. Obviously, he shouldn't have done what he did, but I didn't see him trying to throw a punch or anything like that. So I don't think there's going to be, we'll see here. The umpires are coming toward home plate, and Matt Johnson's going to get word of something. Sedalia coach is telling the umpires they need to get control of this game. Evan is gone. I believe Matt Johnson just pointed at him and told him he's done. Not sure if that's a umpire decision or a coaching decision. But Evan leaves, so that'll be a substitution for him. We'll just have to see on defense. Obviously, he just struck out. Brett Moore comes to the dish, though. 2 outs. I believe we're about to get going. Now the home plate umpire yelling at the Mustangs dugout. I'm not sure what exactly is happening there. I will say this Mustangs group, you got to have some thick skin because they're not necessarily just on the umpires in a way that they're just telling them they're doing terrible. They'll kind of joke with them a little bit, and I think if you don't understand their personalities that you have a hard time with them because they will just kind of mess with you a little bit. But I think most times that's what it is. Two outs in the top of the 9th, so Brett Moore could easily kind of lift the Mustangs back up after that little blunder and drive the go-ahead run in. They could win this first game and go on to take a 2-game lead if they can win the second game in the division. That's the perfect revenge. I'm just not sure exactly what happened. Curious to hear what happened with Armstrong because something set Evan McDonald off a little bit. Matt Johnson still talking to the field umpire. So he'll walk off. Armstrong will throw a couple warm-up pitches here. Brett Moore has not seen a pitch. That all happened right after Evan struck out. 2 outs in the inning now. You're just joining us. We are in extras. This game was set to be a 7-inning game. We're starting the second game at 7 no matter what. That's what I'm told. So this game was on pace to end around 5:30, maybe even a little bit before. We've gone to extras. We've had the benches clear now, and we're back to baseball. Go ahead, potential winning run on second base. The dugouts were ever into it. They are right now. Armstrong misses down low. 1-0 count to Brett Moore. This might benefit the Mustangs here if Armstrong gets out of a little groove. He had walked a couple, but he was back to his ways, and this one's fouled away, 1-1. There's also just a weird deal for a pitcher to go over. It's not a deal where your team's hitting. You're just kind of standing there waiting, and mind might start to wander a little bit. Armstrong back in there. 1-1 count to Moore. Good lead at second base. Cassiola's on second. That one misses outside. 2-1. Cassiola at second. Bacon at first. Moore at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Two-1 count for Armstrong. Delivery is fouled away. 2-2. Marr back in there, taps the plate twice. Armstrong shakes off a sign from Castatus. Now likes what he sees, 2-2. Marr hits this one high and kind of fading down the right field line. It is caught in foul territory for out number 3. So Sedalia has a chance to win it again here in the bottom of the ninth. We go to the ninth, 7-7 here on ESPN 1550.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store, including thousands of sale price items. You'll save 11% on everything you need, so you can finish your latest project and start planning the next big thing. Get building with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale prices, now at Menards. Good through June 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
You take pride in your lawn. That's why you spend those extra hours making it look lush and pristine. You want to spend that time on your lawn, not on cleaning your mower. What if there was an easy button to clean and change your blades? Metzger Sales and Service now offers the new Raptor Flip-Up Mowers by Hustler with quick flip-up technology, effortless cleaning, automated deck height adjustment, and less storage space in a push of a button. Come check out the Raptor family today at Metzger Sales and Service in Graham. They will try to beat any deal on comparable equipment. Online at Metzger.com.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball,
From the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
The Golden State Warriors, the 2015 NBA champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio.
You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
To the home run point!
On ESPN 1550.
Back in Sedalia, it's Steve D'Amico's mound again here in the bottom of the ninth, and he starts the first batter of the inning off with a strike down the middle. 0-1 count. We have a pinch hitter in the game, John Privatera, and Privatera swings through that one, 0-2. D'Amico a pitcher's count here, 0-2, ahead of Privatera. And that one's in the dirt. I don't know if they were on the same page there. Anderson might have been a little confused on the call. So Privatera, then Castadis, and Holt, 8-9-1. Obviously a pinch hitter here. Just outside for D'Amico. Two and two now. Some good battles in the last couple innings between pitcher and hitter. That one misses outside for ball 3. D'Amico knew he let that one get away. Big pitch coming here, full count. Bottom of the ninth, Privatera represents the winning run. And they're going to say that missed outside. That was close. Johnny Coy's even shaking his head about that one. Johnny is as quiet as they come usually. So a leadoff walk, though. Privatera's on first. Now it's Castadis. 0 for 1, 2 RBIs. A walk and a sacrifice, and he tries to lay another one down here, but misses down low. Strike one. It's tough there when D'Amico gets up 0-2 and then comes back with 4 straight balls, 2 of them close. That last one looked really good. Sets again at the chest, 0-1. Runner is going. This one popped up toward the Mustangs dugout and caught in the dugout. Foul ball. Louis Millet standing in there. He started this game, but out now. 0-2 again for D'Amico. Can he get the punch out of Castadis? He's already eliminated the sacrifice as long as he can get the out here. Try and get a force out at second at least. Ground ball. That one's in the dirt, and there's the sacrifice on a wild pitch from D'Amico. Runner on second, 1-2 count to Castaitis. D'Amico steps back in. I like to get him here's crowd, small crowd, but they are getting into it a little bit. The dugouts certainly are too. This one's fouled away, so we'll reset and do it again at 1-2. Mustangs had so many chances, and I could really say the same for the Bombers here in the last few frames. St. Joe just hasn't swung at the same after that 5th inning. They weren't doing great. I mean, they put across one in the 4th, one in the 5th, but weren't doing anything spectacular, just very solid. There's a backwards K. Breaking ball gets Castaitis looking. And now back to the top of the order. Holt and Smith, we will see, with a chance to win it for Sedalia. Runner on second. It's Privatera. He walked to lead things off. Holt's 0 for 2, 2 walks, an RBI, and a run scored. First pitch to him, misses just downstairs, ball 1. D'Amico's missed close. With the exception of just a couple pitches, he's missed very close. Sedalia's been patient, though. Pitch to Holt is almost a game winner as he scorches one on the ground down the third base line. But it is foul, 1-1. Just one out here in the 9th. Again, game 2 set to start at 7 o'clock. That will be played, or we'll have the call over on 680 KFEQ. One from D'Amico. Breaking ball is fouled away, 1-2, so he jumps ahead in the count to Holt. D'Amico needs one. He's had chances to really get some big numbers in that punch-out category. Just got one to the second batter of this inning, Castaitis, but had some other moments where some that he thought he had, some that he wished he could have had, but he's been ahead in the count a lot. 1-2, 1 out. Holt hits a foul down the right side, so he's missed close twice now down each line. Still a pitcher's count for D'Amico, 1-2. Winner of this game will take a 1-game lead in the North Division of the Mink League. And obviously, whoever loses will have a chance to even things up in game 2 tonight. 1-2 from D'Amico. And he looks the runner back at second. Still 1-2 count. Holt steps back in. Infield at regular depth all the way around. Middle infielders squeezing just a little bit. And that one hits Holt in the back. First and second now. One out, but really nothing hurt too bad. You have forces everywhere now, so the double play ball is more of a chance, although it is Quade Smith, and it's going to take something special to double him up. And you think maybe if it's a hard one hit to the third baseman, he could go third to second, but at first base it's Holt now, and there's some speed there, so either way you do have forces, which helps, and Quade Smith's going to have to speed up that swing a little bit because he was well behind the D'Amico fastball, strike 1. Oh, 1, swing and a miss, and still behind. 0-2 count for D'Amico, and I wouldn't mess around here. I would think they're going to go straight to a fastball. 0-2 to Quade Smith. D'Amico rears back and brings one. Smith lays off. He wanted that one. Horstmeyer's on deck. He's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. So the way Smith's looked in these first couple pitches, kind of like where you're at with Horstmeyer at 0 for 4, but still some talented bats here. 1-2. Misses for ball 2. Nico's struggling to get a call third strike. He did get 1 in this inning, but easily could have had 2 more. 2-2 count, 1 out. D'Amico fires. That one misses outside, 3-2. Now a very tough spot. And again, you're still not completely done if you do walk the bases loaded, but things get harder every time you do that, even though it forces everywhere. 3-2 is fouled away. Smith is just way behind right now, and he walked kind of as a routine. When he fouls one off, momentum takes him across the plate, and he walks around the umpire, and I just saw him kind of grit his teeth there like, man, this is quite the spot with D'Amico bringing it like he is. 3-2. Another fastball. Hit the shortstop. Play is made to second, to first. They got him! 6-4-3 double play for the Mustangs. What a turn by Matt Wolnick to start that thing. Caught it on a short hop, and a great throw to Marr. Marr flipped it quick, and it had to be quick to get Smith. What a play. We go to the 10th in Sedalia. It's 7-7 Mustangs and Bombers here on ESPN 1550.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of there!
From opening day of baseball,
From the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there. When the
NBA champions.
Any small gas engine. Midwest Central Outdoor, off Highway 71, just north of I-29 and exit 53.
This is St. Joseph Mustangs baseball on ESPN 1550.
Well, Steve D'Amico starts the bottom of the 10th with a ball and follows that up, getting a foul ball straight back from Horstmeyer. And it's a 1-1 count. D'Amico's back out there, and I could tell you his line, but I don't know it. They've still got Logan Campbell in the game, who to this point has thrown a spectacular game, but D'Amico has been the one that really has stepped up for this Mustangs team. Been a little wild at times, but he has bared down a handful of times and got the job done. 2-1 from D'Amico. This one's hit high and deep to right center field. Back goes the right fielder toward the warning track, and he makes the grab. It's Jacob Richardson out there in right. And there's out number 1. So now it's Jordan Day, Jonathan Ramon on deck. Tough part of this order, it's 3-4-5. Horstmeyer goes down on a fly ball. He's 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Jordan Day's 0 for 3 with 2 walks and a strikeout, and this one's fouled down the right side for strike 1. Day's hitting .222 now this summer. 1 homer, 7 RBIs, so there is some power with these 2 bats, 4 and 5. This one's chopped to the right side. Tough play on a short hop, but he makes it. Marr throws to first, and Connor Bacon stretches for out number 2. Mustangs 1 out away from a win here in this game that we picked up in the top of the 3rd today. We thought we were going to play 7, but the Bombers fought back. They scored 1 in the 7th after they scored 5 in the 5th. Tied it at 7, and we went 2 innings of scoreless baseball, and then it was Brady Anderson, the solo shot to right on the first pitch of the 10th inning to give the Mustangs an 8-7 lead. Now it's Jonathan Ramon. D'Amico breaking ball. Fooled Ramon there as he was ahead of it and under it. 0-1. Ramon's 1 for 3. 2 RBIs. Had a sac fly way back in the 5th. It seems like way back in the 5th. Now an 0-2 count. D'Amico 1 strike away from a Mustangs win. And a win for himself. D'Amico ready to go. Ramon looks at his bat, takes a deep breath, and steps back in. 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. 8-7 Mustangs. D'Amico delivers. Fastball is scorched into right field for a base hit, so the tying run is on first. D'Amico's upset about something, and I'm not sure what it was. A little surprised he went to the fastball there. I believe it's Blake Hardigree calling pitches. I'm not sure how much freedom they have as pitcher and catcher, but I'm a little surprised they didn't go breaking ball against a guy like Ramon who can really hit the fastball. 2-out single, though, puts him on first. Now it's Morrill. 0 for 3, a run scored and a walk. D'Amico starts him off with a ball upstairs, 1-0. Ramon, not a speed threat, not a good lead at first either. And that fastball hits Morrill on the elbow. Tell you right now, that didn't feel good. D'Amico has some words for the home plate umpire, and he's got to be careful too. He's a fiery guy. Matt Johnson comes out to have a word now. Two outs, though, first and second. Winning runs on first. Tying run on second base is Jonathan Ramon. So really a base hit into the outfield. As long as it's not into a gap or down a line, there would either be a play at the plate or Ramon would just be held up because he's definitely not the fastest guy on this Bombers team. But he kept him in it with that 2-out base hit. Johnson still having a word with the home plate umpire. Before he goes back to the dugout, Johnson's pretty adamant about something, trying to get his point across. First and second for D'Amico. Can he get out of it? It would be impressive if he could. I want to say D'Amico, again, he's not in the stat line, but I believe he's gone 4 1/3. He gave up the earned run. They've got Logan Campbell in for 5, but he came in with 2 outs already in an inning, and I want to say D'Amico came out the very next inning. He's been good regardless. There's strike 1 to Nymerk. He's 0 for 2. That one's in the dirt. Great job by Brady Anderson. Because if that one gets away, then you're looking at a base hit that definitely scores 1, maybe 2. Nymerk 0 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 walks and a strikeout. He's hitting 147 this summer. 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. D'Amico finally gets one, and I think that was kind of just a sigh of relief for the Mustangs. There was some cheers from the dugout there, but D'Amico's had a hard time getting anything on the corners, and he shakes one off here. Shakes a Brady Anderson sign off. 1-2. Breaking ball is just fought off. I think D'Amico probably called a fastball there, and I think he wanted to throw a breaking ball ahead in the count. I think he's thinking, why not? I can always go back to the fastball, but I thought he was a little upset that they called fastball against Ramon. And that's what started the little 2-out rally they've got going. That one's down low, 2-2. 2-2 count to Nymerk. He steps back in. Righty-righty matchup, first and second. 8-7 Mustangs. Bottom of the 10th. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss, and D'Amico is fired up. The Mustangs win it 8-7 in an absolute grind to take game 1 of this 2-game set today. This one was suspended. We picked it up in the top of the 3rd, and the Mustangs just fought and fought and fought, and they get the win 8-7 over Sedalia. That puts them a game ahead in the North Division of the Mink League. We will have one more tonight over on 680 KFEQ, but we will wrap things up first after this break here on ESPN 1550.
I am dedicated. I am TNT.